Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this Motorola Moto G31. And this is a mid-range Android smartphone that is launched by Motorola in India. And I'm really happy to say that this one actually comes with the OLED screen. That's an AMOLED screen and it's a full HD screen that you're getting. So really happy that Motorola is listening to user feedback. If you recall, I've always been complaining that Motorola does not come out with this smartphones with an AMOLED screen. I'm really glad that now they have brought this mid-range smartphone now with an AMOLED screen. And guys, this comes in actually two variants, and back, as you can see, not a lot of specs. This is powered by the MediaTek G85 SOC. This is also an octa-core processor, 2 powerful cores and 6 power efficient cores, and comes with a 50 megapixel triple camera setup, it says, and 5000 milliamp hour battery. And guys, this comes in two variants, 4 gigabytes of RAM and 6 gigabytes of RAM. 4 gigabytes will have 64 GB of storage, and that 6 gigabytes will have 128, and the pricing starts at about 12,999. That is about 13,000. And I'll have the link for even the higher end variant in the description, so you can check it out. So again, case is pre-applied, guys, on this one. Like most Motorola phones, they do it. So I'll just take it out. And back has a texture, guys. And in this color, actually, it plays around with the light. I hope the camera is able to capture it. And so it's not, what do you say, and it is resisting the fingerprint. So yes, obviously this is a plastic polycarbonate thing, but looks nice. And this Motorola logo is supposed to be the fingerprint scanner, that triple camera setup that we have on top, and that OLED screen, that's a 6.4 inch screen. So we'll take this one also out. I'll keep the handset to the side, and let's see what else do we get. So this is, yeah, so your SIM ejector tool is here, and some paperwork, basic stuff, your Type-C cable, and this is the power adapter. And guys, this is specific to India. In India, Motorola is giving a 20-watt power adapter, whereas this same smartphone in the international market is having a 10-watt charger. So this is the 20-watt fast charging that this has. So nice to see they're giving a little bit extra for India. And here is the smartphone itself. So we have a 3.5 headphone jack. Looks like a secondary noise cancellation microphone over here, so that's nice. So here we have one extra button. Oh, okay, and volume rocker and the power on off button. So all the buttons are on this side, guys. Bottom will be the speaker. This is a single speaker, guys, not stereo, but Motorola claims that this one is Dolby Atmos supported. Your Type-C port, this will be your main microphone, and this will be your SIM tray. Again, let's look at the config. So it's a dual hybrid, guys. I wished it had a dedicated slot, but this is what we are having. And micro SD cards, it can accept up to 1 terabyte, if I remember. Yeah, so this is the device. And if you look at the back, guys, the camera setup, the first camera is a 8 megapixel ultra wide, but it does a job of actually 2 cameras. It's also ultra wide and also a depth. Then this is the main 50 megapixel camera that we have, and this is the 2 megapixel macro one. And back, as I've told you, this is the fingerprint scanner. Front camera, if I recall, this is a 13 megapixel. So let me just power this on, guys. And oh, I saw a physical LED notification light, so that is interesting, and an AMOLED screen. So I'll just set this up and then we will continue. So guys, I had set up the phone. In fact, this is actually the next day. So I've been using this phone for almost a day. So let me give you my initial impressions. What did I feel about this? And the first thing that I noticed is that though this is having that 5000 milliamp hour battery, the phone simply does not feel heavy. This was a problem with most of the earlier Moto phones. I always say that they felt very bulky and heavy. That's not the case with this one. This is where it's just 180 grams and the weight balance has been done well. Now, if we talk about the AMOLED screen, yes, it's having a full HD AMOLED screen, so nice, they didn't gimp there. And I also like one more thing is that generally what happens in budget oriented AMOLED screens is that yes, they go with 720p, but next thing what they do is the brightness is simply not that great. But that's not the case in this one. As you can see, this is around this area right now, and the screen is actually adequately bright even in outdoor conditions. When I was testing the phone outdoors in the morning, reading Twitter feeds, etc., etc. It was a good experience, guys. It never felt that it was not bright, and it can go, according to specs, up to 700 nits. So outdoor visibility is also a nice thing. Now coming to the in-hand feel, this gives a good in-hand feel. As I've told you, the back is textured, so it gives a little bit of grip. I have been using it without the case. This is the fingerprint scanner, and it works as expected. You have to get used to it now. It's on the back. I wish they had it in the power on off button, but it is functional, and you will get used to this one in a day or so. And still, though it's an AMOLED screen, guys, this one has the Moto display also. So if you just if the phone is just lying like this, you just pick it up, it will detect, so you'll know notification. You can just tap, you can read it, and all those things like this. So that is still there. And in fact, this one also has a physical LED notification light, which is interesting. I didn't expect that. And again, the beauty of Motorola phone is that stock Android experience that you're getting, and that's the same case even with this one. Left, you have the Google pane, whatever regular Google pane that you see, and again, almost no bloatware that is installed on this one. I have installed some of my own apps because I think this is a very important phone, so I'll be doing a full review. So I've installed actually some of the apps that I need to use, like Twitter, Truecaller, MyGate, etc., and a bunch of other apps. Started already testing this smartphone, and I've already actually put my main SIM, that is Airtel, on this one. So hopefully in the next 10 days I'll do a full review also of this one. But initial impressions, guys, it's doing a decent job. It's powered by the G85 SOC. This is again an octa-core processor, and it's actually decent for what this phone is. It's not the blazingly top-end processor, but again, for the price, this is around 13,000, as I've told you guys. I feel it's a decent processor, and most of you will be happy about it. Next thing is, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know, I am also, this is the base variant that I am also using. This is the 4GB RAM variant. So my testing will be based on the base variant, not the higher end that comes with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. In fact, from yesterday, I'm using it, as I've told you, I've used about 20GB. So have used a little bit of storage on this one, but you also get that higher end 6GB of RAM variant on this one. And again, guys, the screen is good, as I've told you, but again, this is a normal 60Hz screen, not that 90 or 120 that you should be aware of. But again, in UI, it is responsive, and I'm not facing any issues of lag or anything. And I like the complete clean experience. We also have the FM radio over here. It also claims Dolby Atmos. So let's also just fire up YouTube, and let me actually show you one interesting thing that I noticed on the smartphone. Let's just play this video. This is by Tech Altar. Special edition quiz, so see how much. And if you notice, this is normal video it is playing. I'm not increasing volume, but if you click over here, when some text comes, this is something that I've noticed.
Okay, I think Techtober is.
And if I go to the volume, you can press this icon, and now if you notice, it takes a couple of seconds and it does this live caption. So this is really nice, and this works really well. So this is given on this phone, and it works really well for someone who wants that. And you just click the volume button to disable it. So this works very well on this smartphone. These are some of the touches that come with stock Android, and they are enabling it. Let's also search for some copyright music to give you an idea about the sound. And I'm going to increase the, I'll just go over here and I'll increase the volume. So single speaker, guys, just single over here, as you can see, but decently loud. It gets the job done. I wish it had stereo speakers, but we can't expect everything. So this is the sound, as you can see. So yeah, that's regarding the speaker. And yes, this one has that 3.5mm headphone jack at the top. So a clean experience, I would say, on this smartphone. And regarding the battery life, guys, it's too early to comment on it as of now. As I've told you, I've started using it from yesterday, and yesterday I had fully charged it, and now it's at 55%. So if you look at it, again, these are initial battery results. I'll have to test it a lot more. And as you can see, about 1 day, 14 hours since I've charged it, so 1.5 days, and still I'm having 55 hours. I was not using it very heavily, so just about 3 hours of screen on time, but still, I think so. This should give about 7-8 hours of SOT with about 1.5 days worth of usage. Now let's also look at quickly at the camera. We have the triple camera, as I've already mentioned. The main is a 50 megapixel, but it does pixel binning. So the main pictures are 12.5 megapixel, but you can also go to the 50 megapixel. If I just put some box over here, so this is the camera interface that you're getting on this one, and you have the 1x, then you have the wide angle, also that 8 megapixel wide angle that also acts as a depth one, and then this last one is the macro. This we have to use for very small stuff and all those things. You can go really close to the macro, not this one, that macro lens, last one, really close, as you can see, get up close, so you can use that. And yes, the macro, I was thinking too much of a gimmick, but yeah, it works, I would say. And so cameras, these are the cameras that you're getting, and by default, guys, you have a lot of modes over here, but they won't be visible. By default, only the video and photo mode were here. The night vision and all this were hidden here. You can pull whatever you want, so you have the night vision and portrait also. And you can also switch to the front facing camera like this. This is the portrait mode, and you can also go to the direct regular mode. So let me do one thing. Let me actually show you some of the samples taken with this smartphone. So some samples taken outdoor. This is regular shot, and this was wide angle, and outdoor it does a decent job. So I decided to shoot in indoor and dark conditions, and as you can see, these I shot at night. And to be frank, considering the lighting, it did a actually pretty decent job, as you can see. Yes, you have to be careful. There can be camera shake if you're not careful. But again, overall, I feel it did a good job. This was in the night mode. Night mode did particularly well. And again, this was that wide angle mode. Again, I have to say, at night, it did much better than what I expected, as you can see. And moving to the front-facing camera, these were taken with the front-facing camera, and I feel it did a pretty decent job. This was actually in the portrait bokeh mode. Obviously, the front-facing camera does a lot better in natural daylight conditions, as you can see. Moving to the macro, these are some of the samples taken with the macro. To give you an example, this is a regular shot, and with macro, as you can see, how close I could go. Another example, this is with the regular shot, and with the macro, as you can see how close I could go. Another example, this was the regular shot, and this was with the macro lens. So guys, that's it for now for the unboxing and first look at this Moto G31. So what do you guys feel about this one? I feel Motorola has actually done a great job. We were always asking Motorola to introduce a affordable mid-range smartphone with an AMOLED screen. So we are getting that, and this is also not very bulky. And again, this one also comes with that Think Shield for extra security and the clean Android experience without any bloatware or ads. So if you are that sort of a person under 15,000 rupees, you wanted a clean Android experience. Oops, I'm gonna cut that call. Spam. See, the Truecaller also works very well, as I've told you. So this is a spam call that works. So yeah, as I'm telling, if you were looking for clean stock Android experience smartphone and you didn't have a very high budget, now certainly you can look at this Moto G31. Initial impressions, I would say this is actually looking like a pretty good smartphone, and the pricing is also not too insane. It starts at the base variant with 4 gigabytes of RAM that I'm testing starts at about 13,000. There is also that other variant. I'll leave the links in the description. So initial impressions, I would say positive about this smartphone. I will also be doing the full in-depth review of this smartphone, so stay tuned to my channel. I'll post that video somewhere about after 10 days or so. Anyways, but what do you guys think about this Moto G31? Do let me know in the comment section below. And guys, if you're still not subscribed to this YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.